Hi boys and girls, today for Unit 6 in Skills, we are doing Lesson 13. By the end of this lesson, you will have read the story called A Famous Ship with Purpose and Understanding. You will also be thinking about some questions while reading that. Okay, you will also be reading words with the tricky spelling I sounded E, and you will be sorting words with that tricky spelling I sounded I, or E into the appropriate columns. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. So you will be reading the chapter called A Famous Ship. Before you do so, let's go through some vocabulary words. The first one being document. Okay, that is an official paper, an important paper. Next word is branch. That is one of three major parts of the government. Okay, the government has three different branches. We also have our vocabulary words, Supreme Court. That is the highest court of law in the United States, okay? And then you have string. That means a series, okay? So a string of events, for example, a series of events, okay? Next, we have mast. That is the tall pole on a ship, okay? And then we have plank. That is a long, thick board, often on ships. Okay, next slide. We have some discussion questions that I want you to think about when you go through and read. And then when you're finished, I would like for you to talk to somebody about each question and tell them what the answer might be. Maybe you need to look back in your story. Okay, we have what is the USS Constitution? What is the Constitution? What nickname was the USS Constitution given? How many battles was the USS Constitution in? And where would you need to go to see the USS Constitution today? Okay, those are all questions that you need to think about. So you could pause this video now and read through that chapter of Famous Ship. Or you can do it at the end. All right, jumping into tricky spelling I. Tricky spelling I can make the sound I, for example, in the words it, fish, and his. You hear that I making the I sound in each of those words. Next, we have tricky spelling I making the I sound. It's saying its name in the words driver, find, and writer. Next, we have tricky spelling I making that E sound, like in the words ski, taxi, and easier. Okay? Tricky, tricky, tricky. Don't let it fool you. Next, let's do a little bit of practice. Okay, we need to be writing the word in each sentence that has the tricky spelling I sounded I under it, which is the first column. The word that has the tricky spelling I sounded I under the driver column, which is the second column. Or the word that has the tricky spelling I sounded E under ski, which is our last column. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. We have our chart right up on top. We already went over that. Let's look at number 1. My mom plays the piano. Now the I that is underlined is in piano. You see it? So that I in piano is making what sound? Is it making the I sound? Piano. No. Is it making the I sound? Piano. Nope. Is it making the E sound? Piano. Yes, right? So we're going to put that word in our last column, like they did right there. Okay, next. I like pepperoni pizza. Okay, they underlined 2 I's here. So let's look at the first one, pepperoni. Where would that go? If you say the last column, you are correct. Okay, and you might want to write it small because you have to fit pizza there as well, right? Pizza. Okay, we hear that I making the E sound in each of those words. So you are going to complete this worksheet. Once you complete this worksheet, you are finished with skills for the day. You just need to study your spelling words. All right, I hope everybody has a great day.